Hey guys, how is it going? Fluffy Man here, and today we are going to talk about Hantus. We're going to give you a full breakdown of the Hantu, so that way, when you go ghost hunting, you're going to know how to select the Hantu and when to. So let's go ahead and pull up the definition of a Hantu. So, Hantu is a rare ghost that thrives in cold climates. Very true. The cold seems to make them more aggressive and powered. True. Strength. The lower the temperature, the quicker the Hantu will move. Weakness. Hantus move slower in warmer areas. Also true, and it turned out the power. So, what does this mean? So, Hantu's speed comes from weather and temperature, I mean. So, with temperature, the colder the area, the quicker the Hantu can move. So, this is our ghost room right here. Let's check our temperatures, and it is 17.3 degrees Fahrenheit. So, what that means, it is very clearly below freezing. It is, for Fahrenheit, for you guys that do not know, 32.9 degrees is going to be the freezing cutoff in this game. So, if you get 32.9 below, that's freezing temps, and this thing is well below that. So, it's ghost room. We do not want to be in when it hunts. It will be very quick. And then, if we come into the kitchen area, let's go ahead and check our temperatures in here. So our kitchen area is 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty warm. What about if we get back here? 59. So hopefully I can get a good shot for this for you guys. So it's gonna come out quick in here. It's gonna slow down dramatically in here, and we will demonstrate that for you here in a minute. Alright guys, I'm going to show you two hunts, one with the power on and then one with the power off. This is one with power on. This is going to be our Hantu. So as you can see, very fast coming in, slowed down a little bit coming into here. We're going to smudge it so it goes the other way, and we are going to go ahead and hide while it finishes out its hunt. So as you guys can see with that hunt in the living room, it came at us pretty quick. It was still a little bit quick in the kitchen. Those rooms are attached, so it does need a little time to slow down. And then by the time we started getting to the bedroom, the ghost slowed down quite a bit. I went ahead and smudged it. That way we could get our hunt complete and we can get to safety, since Hantus can be pretty quick. And now I'm going to get you guys a hunt with the power off. This is going to be your biggest tell with Hantus, so keep an eye out for this one. So with this Hantu hunt, I want you to look for something specific on it, and that's going to be its freezing breath while it hunts. Hantus give off while it hunts. So when you have the power generator off, if you get that freezing breath, you've got a Hantu. That is going to be your biggest tell and no evidences. So we were able to get to a hiding space, and we noticed that the ghost speed was still pretty quick, but it was giving off freezing breath. During a hunt with the breaker on, you will not get that, so the breaker needs to be off to get the freezy breath while it hunts. It'll look like just a little pocket. It doesn't happen every second, so you do need to pay attention to the ghost while you're hunting. Being able to loop the ghost around the cabinets will help quite a bit. We were able to get to safety on that one. I do like the tier 1 smudges for that, since it'll make the ghost run away the other direction, get some distance away from us. And that is how you can tell a Hantu based off of its hunts. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and cover is just some information on Hantus, on some patterns and things they can and cannot do. So we'll go ahead and get... Alright guys, so some more information on Hantus that will better help you when it comes down to hunting them. We'll go ahead and start with the fairly obvious, and we covered it a little bit with the hunts. So breaker versus non-breaker, this is one of the easiest ways to tell with Hantu. So if you're suspecting a Hantu based on temps and based on narrowing down other ghosts, you can always turn off the breaker and you can get a hunt. And you're just going to look for that little bit of freezing breath coming off of it. It's just going to look like a little orb of breath coming out of the Hantu during a hunt. I do suggest watching it for a few seconds, that way you do get it. It won't appear instantly, and it doesn't stay very long, so just kind of make sure to keep an eye on that. When it comes down to ruling out Hantus for hunts, Hantus don't have the line of sight speed increase. They will just maintain speed based off of temperatures. So things to look out for with that. If it sees you and then instantly gets faster, most likely not a Hantu, unless like you just get unlucky with the room switch and the room it went into is just colder. Another thing to keep a lookout that can help you out and keep you away from the Raiju is during the hunt, just making sure your power and electronics are off. Otherwise, you're going to get a Raiju in that room that's going to sprint at you. So I could see that easily being mistaken with Hantu just based off of how it can come out as a sprint and then slow down. So keep your electronics off. That way you don't have to worry about the Raiju speed up if you're suspecting Hantu. And then with the breaker, Hantus can only turn them off. They cannot turn them on. So keep that in mind. If it flips the breaker on, you can just cross that right out. But if it does turn it off, it could be a Hantu. And just make sure, like I said, the biggest way to identify them is during that hunt with the breaker off and seeing the breath. That is their biggest tell. That's their signature move. That'll be the way to go to get them. Hantus share the normal grace period cooldown between hunts of 25 seconds. So after a ghost hunt, you have 25 seconds before it can hunt again. If you smudge it, it does stay on the normal one as well. You'll get 90 seconds of free time with that smudge. The only two other ones that have differences are Demon with a 60-second and the Spirit with a 3-minute. So that is something also to keep in mind. So really, with Hantus, the best way to test for them is just the hunt with the breaker off. That way you can see if you get that freezing little orb that comes out of them. That's your best way. I hope this video helps you guys with Hantus. And if you like this video, if you like this breakdown, please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. You guys have a good day.